Hey, I'm out in my cow sheds. These were here when we first bought the place, and we've had lots of different plans for them. We eventually wanted to do something big with them, and today's that day. All right, I've actually been working on this for about a week. These are the sheds that I'm talking about. They're 15 to 16 feet wide. It varies just a tiny bit. And the whole thing from one end to the other is 72 feet long. So it's quite a large thing. And I finally started tearing it down and building it back up. It's a big project. Look at this. Look how much manure is stacked up in this. It's like 1.5 feet thick right there, and some of it's pretty hard. It's tough to get out. Compare that to where it is down here, and even that, it's a few inches, maybe 5 or 6 inches actually. But anyway, yeah. So this is one method I've been utilizing for a while now, and it is to, in order to get something up quickly, I just put studs every 4 feet, which I know it's crazy, it's ridiculous, but it's also ridiculous how much weight it's holding up, and it's extremely sturdy. So this is not a long-term, like finished state, but it definitely is strong enough to work on it while I'm doing it, and it makes it go quite quickly. Particularly when I'm working on something like this, where it's not a new build, even though in many ways it is. It's kind of a retrofit, because I'm dealing with a foundation, a footing that's not perfectly level. It does vary just a little bit, and so I'm not assuming anything. I'm not assuming that it's level. I mean, it's not, but I'm certainly not assuming that it is in any case, in any part of it. So because I'm trying to fit it to that, I have to go one step at a time and level this piece, and then cut a custom piece there, and then level that one next to it, cut a custom, and so on. And every so often check it for level up here. And it is level, it's straight, it's plumb, and it's large, and it's gone up rather quickly. And it is mostly covered. We did get a little bit of rain, and it did of course leak, because OSB is not rain proof. But it's all dried out now, and it didn't do any damage, luckily. So anyway, yeah, pretty cool to finally have this. To compare this to my other sheds, so again, this part here is 15 feet wide, and I've gone about, well, it was 24, so it's 28 feet. Compare that to the biggest sheds that I've made so far, the standalone ones. They're 12 feet by 16 feet. So if I were to go, let's see, 3 times 4, 12. So there, approximately that amount. That's one full shed. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 2 whole sheds plus another. And I'm just about to put that piece up there, and I'll finish it off by doing 30, and kind of like I'll put a part wall there, a half wall, just to steady it, and then I'll keep on going. So another week or so I'll be done with that. So the plan is to actually, 2 things that are kind of unique. So first of all, we're gonna do some overhangs here. You can see that all of my floor joists up there are different lengths. That's just the way they came. Thanks to my friend Chris for offering them to me, doing a bit of a trade. And yeah, so they're just different lengths. I've decided to put those ones out a little over 4 feet. And on the other side of those ones, those are really long ones, it sticks out another couple feet on the other side. So those were really nice long ones. And the other ones, we're gonna just kind of, some of them aren't exactly where they're gonna be now, or when they're finished. And but we're just gonna play with it and have a second story up there. It'll be a short second story, so so shorter than this is 8 feet plus the footing, so like 9 feet plus the floor, so 10 feet. And then the second story will be 7 feet total. So it's kind of like how Disney did that in Disneyland, made things get smaller and smaller as they go up, to kind of force the sense of scale, to make it feel like they're bigger than they are. I may have actually even go 6 feet. I'll know for sure once I get up there. This is the really, really nice thing about not being overly like overlorded by the county. I'm allowed to build whatever I want here because there's an existing building. That's awesome. I'm so grateful for that freedom, and I wish every place had that freedom, but they don't. And that's one of the reasons we moved here. It's because of that stipulation or whatever, that freedom in the building code, is that if there's a building already there, then you have free reign to do whatever you want with it, as long as you're not changing the footprint. So here you can see what I was talking about. It was sticking out. Oh, now those are the parts that are sticking out 2 feet. These parts are obviously a lot more. So I'll have to cut this piece of OSB to match the shortest ones here, that one and that one. So I'll take some careful measurements and find the shortest one, and then match all of them to that, and have a nice little overhang that matches. But I know it's very, very difficult to imagine something that's not there at all, but whereas this is that tall, you can kind of see maybe the comparison that tall, and then at that point there'll be a roof, and we'll do a little bit of facade type of fronts on the top as well, to look like there's a third story, but there won't actually be a third story. So something similar to this shed that I made, where the front is actually, well, hi doggies. Some neighbor dogs have visited. Hi. Hey guys, they visited before. I don't really like them here, but they're friendly at least. Hi there. Anyway, so this is a big project, and getting bigger by the day. So every day this past week or so has been very, very hot. We got up to 103, and it was staying above 100 for several days in a row. It's been a record-breaking heat, as it is in a lot of the world this year. But we got some much-needed rain. Got almost an inch of rain a few days ago. It was wonderful, and a couple other days of rain after that. And what a miracle that this was not damaged, even due to that large amount of rain. These dogs are just making themselves at home. As long as they leave my chickens alone, I'm okay with it. So the plan with this is to, well, as with all buildings, especially here on my property, I can do whatever I want with them. I'm very good at finding good deals, and I'm very good at being patient with finding materials. And once I have enough to do something, I just do something with it. And it's kind of unplanned, even though I have a big picture idea of what I want this place to be. I don't have all the details set out, and it's a lot of fun to just think about things and then change my mind hundreds of times in some cases before I ever get started, and maybe hundreds more times when I've already started. And it's really a lot of fun to work that way. I'm very creative. But right now the plan is to turn this into a spook alley, at least for Halloween, and then we'll see what it can be in other parts of the year. So that's the progress report, and I'll update you again when I've made some more progress. All right, talk to you later. Bye.